Greetings, Faith family. It's wonderful to be with you again this week. You know, our society is in a very volatile place, and more than ever, our society needs Christ followers to be distinct and to shine. You know, I don't tell my wife Maritza, but I stole Chip the squirrel, although that's maybe a chipmunk name, but I stole this salt shaker from our house and brought it in because I was thinking about when Jesus is speaking to his disciples and saying, "You are the salt of the earth." Now, we've heard it said salt is used for preserving, seasoning, but I want to put this to you. You could taste 1 grain of salt, 1 grain on your tongue, and you know immediately what that is. You know it's salt. And Jesus says that his disciples are meant to be the salt of the earth. What does that mean for us? What does that mean? It means that we are meant, I'm going to put Chip away here, we are meant to be distinct in a society that wants conformity. You do not need to blend into the world. You know, Jesus says, he says to disciples in Matthew 5, he says, if salt loses its saltiness, it's no longer good for anything. So the question comes to my mind, I mean, I don't want to lose my saltiness, and I don't think you do either. But how does a person, how does a Christian, how does a Christ follower lose their saltiness? And honestly, I believe it comes when we start to try to blend in to the world, when we give away what makes us distinct. You see, probably one of the most powerful weapons that we carry with us is the weapon of kindness, the weapon of kindness that's fueled by the love of God for people. Why? Because people are made in the image of God, and they are worthy of being loved, whether they're treating you in a way that's worthy of being loved or not. They are worthy of being loved. And this week, I want to encourage you to ask yourself, are you salty? Have you given away your saltiness by trying to just blend in and not rock the boat? Remember, there's always a third option. When someone's trying to get you to be polarized or come over to this side, go over to this side, agree with me on this, there's always the third option. Because remember, our citizenship is not here on this earth. It's not that we're Americans or whatever nationality that you carry in your passport. You carry the passport of heaven itself. You belong to the kingdom of Christ now that you've given your life to Jesus. And you are called to be distinct and different than the world. You know, Proverbs says, in a time where offense is rampant, Proverbs says a wise person overlooks an offense, but a fool vents his anger at once. I want to encourage you. You have died. Like it says in Colossians chapter 3, verses 2 and 3, it says, set your minds on the things that are above, not on the things that are on earth, for you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. Listen, you have now been crucified with Christ. Your life is now hidden with him in God. And I want to encourage you, do not fall to the trap of being offended. You don't have to take an offense. You can actually overlook that offense empowered by the love of God today. So I want to encourage you, when you're in a situation where someone's trying to force you to agree with them, or there's contention, there's always the third avenue, and always look for that third option. And don't give away what makes you distinct, which is the ability, empowered by the love of God, to overlook offensiveness and walk in a spirit of love. This week, I pray that you find yourself deeply encouraged, digging into the Word, and resting in the fact that you are loved by Jesus and you are loved by us. We love you and appreciate you so much. Have an amazing week.